金色ラブリッチェ。
おはようございます、先輩。
Morning, you're awfully chipper.
はい。ところで先輩、2年のカバレロ先輩とお付き合いしてるって本当ですか？
I'll leave it to your imagination.
大人な回答だ。
My plan was now in motion, and we had made some steady progress.
へえ、ガチで婚約したんだ。
We are not hitched, just something similar. We were pretending to be lovers. We had made some concrete rules. From today until the day of her fencing competition, Elsa, L, and I would be lovers.
おいおい、黒髪だけじゃなく父フェチかよ。
You bring up her boobs a lot, feeling self-conscious or something?
は？
It's tough to tell through clothes these days, but the right bra really does make a world of a difference. Is our Heroina-san lacking in the booby department by chance?
ならぼけ！
Youch! She nailed me straight in the stomach.
乙女の父はいつだってデンジャーなんだ。軽々しく笑うんじゃない！このスカタンが！
I'm sorry. I hadn't anticipated being on the receiving end of Heroina's terrifying outburst and immediately apologized.
いや、本当に私小さくないよ。小さいわけじゃないからね。
Her tone gradually grew more and more serious.
証拠見せようか。
I would love to see, but this isn't the time or place.
でもさ、このサイズを維持するのは大変なのさ。お腹にはいかないよう気を使わなきゃだし、食べ過ぎたってダイエットするとまず父から減るし。エルチンってその辺無頓着じゃない？
Yeah, she's the type of girl who eats and moves around a lot. She didn't eat as much as Sylvie did, but Elle did eat often. Elle had earned her slender frame from an overly active lifestyle, which only further accentuated her bountiful breasts and butt.
適当にやってるだけでいい感じのスタイルになっていく。この遺伝子的な設計図。これがもう私に言わせりゃ詐欺なのよ。
They do say Caucasians put on weight easily, but she's the type where it all goes to her chest instead of her stomach, huh?
憎い！あの遺伝子が憎い！
You're really sour about this, aren't you? Well, what do you know?
おはよう、オーラ、レナ。
ういっす、ずる遺伝子。
遺伝子？
The usual two caught up with us,
おはようございます。
Elle included.
どうしました？
Nah, it's nothing. My eyes immediately wandered to her chest, and I couldn't help but think, wow, they totally are huge. Time for a redo. I wanted to be a pleasant classmate to her. Morning, Elsa. Whoops. I guess we weren't just classmates. Morning, Elle.
はい、おはようございます、オーラ。
Ahaha. I still wasn't used to this, and broke into a strained grin.
2人が名前で呼び合ってるってなんだか新鮮だわ。
おいおい、オーラ照れてるかよ。
Oh, shut up. It wasn't as if I'd experienced something life-altering, but
そうそう。そうそう。
カバレロさんとね。庶民はほんと権力者に取り入るのがうまいわ。
rumors were spreading around class like wildfire.
本当なのか？市松がカバリエロさんとって。
No comment.
市松くんのクラスへの馴染み方はただものではないと思ってたけど、やはり会話術みたいなものが僕らと違うのでしょうか。
Some of my peers teased me for it, but I generally ignored them by refusing to comment on the subject. And as an aside, the one thing that had surprised me was,
なんだこの気持ちは。くそ、庶民相手にこんなにも敗北感が。
わかります。
What? You guys had crushes on Elsa? I mean Elle?
そういうわけでは。ただやはり特別な方ですからね。こちらも特別な見方をしていたのは確かです。
彼女目がいいんだよな。キリッとしてかっこいいっていうか、なんか女だけど男前っていうか。
それもありますが、クルス・クラウンさんと話している時の慈しみの表情が印象的です。優しくてあったかくて母性的と言うべきでしょうか。
女性的かつ男性的、あんな人他にいないよ。
彼女は僕の母親になってくれるかもしれなかった女性です。
Right. They were being pretty gross, but I knew she was extremely popular with the guys.
ああ、そっか。こんなことならもっと早くカバレロ様にお気持ちを伝えたかったわ。いや、その場合は普通に断られてへこんでただけだろうけどね。
It went without saying that she was popular with the ladies too.
なんでしょう。
Nothing. Although our arrangement of being lovers was only temporary, it finally hit me. Elle really was the ideal woman. Just to be safe, we explained everything to the fencing club advisor.
まあまあ、公式試合のためにそこまで気を使ってくれなくてよかったのに。いえ、私も楽しみにしている試合ですから。でも助かるわ。隠し撮りに対する不安は部員たちからも出ていたから、これで収まってくれるなら。
I can't say it will stop them completely, but it should lower the chances of them being oogled. I assumed reporters from the weekly tabloids might show up, but I doubted many would dare trespass on school grounds without permission. I didn't care if we were walking a tightrope, participating in the event without worry was what this was all about.
市松くんの処遇と、ここ数日カバレロさんが練習に来なかった理由は分かりました。今日からはまた練習に参加してくれるわね。はい、ご迷惑でなければ。
Elle responded happily. Even if it had only been a couple of days, she'd still been out of the mix and was now raring to go.
そうだ、せっかくだし市松くんも参加していかない？
Huh? I'm an amateur.
いいのよ。うち男子部員がいないから見ていってくれると嬉しいわ。
I ended up being recruited for some reason. I'll just observe then. Given that I needed to stick as closely to Elle as possible, I decided to accept her offer. With that, Elle went to get changed. What should I do? Maybe I should play around with a sword again?
おーっと、剣が滑った。
What? The sword-wielding girl thrust at me. I narrowly dodged, but... Ow! I got slashed.
突きを避けられても即座に斬りに展開できる新選組副長の考案したこのガトツに隙はない。
Who are you? One of Elle's underclassmen, right? I had seen them practicing together often. Not that I'd ever spoken to her, nor did I know her name.
はっ、庶民に名乗る名などないわ。だが覚えておきなさい。あなたはこのノーブル学園フェンシング部全員を敵に回したと。いつどこからでも刺されると思いなさいまし。
War. I never could have imagined such a troublesome scenario. Every look directed at me from the girls in the dojo was filled with disgust and animosity. The genuine murderous intent I could sense in them was impressive, and entirely unlike any of the looks I used to get in class or at the dorm. This could get ugly.
戻りました。
Elle returned from the changing room.
オーロも今日は参加するのでしたね。楽しみです。
It's not like I'm going to spar with you or anything, Elle.
ルールは私が教えますから少しずつ覚えましょう。体を動かすのは楽しいですよ。オーロと一緒にやりたいのです。
Just for a little while then.
はい。呼び捨てで呼び合ってる。羨ましも羨ましすぎて吐き気が。
What could I do about this? Four. Elle and the rest of the representative team for the competition were busy honing their battle forms. In the meantime, I...
ほら豚、足が止まってるわ豚、この豚。
Sure. I had them teach me basic fencing moves. Like this. Well?
意外と覚えがいいのね。でも全然ダメ。優雅さがないし、そのなんかもう顔がダメ。
What does that mean? Although my teacher may have been unreasonable, I found fencing to be quite enjoyable. I was a guy, so I got plenty of enjoyment from swinging a sword around. As annoying as their harassment was, they didn't pose any real threat. Obviously, getting hit in the eye or otherwise with fencing equipment would be bad, but it's not like any of them would actually seriously harm me. It was mostly verbal abuse, and I could easily ignore their trash talk. And as far as any stamina-related issues went...
オーロ、練習はどうです？
decently, I guess.
楽しんでくれているなら何より。みんなもオーロはどうですか？それはもう大変結構ですわ。さすがカバレロ様がパートナーに選んだお方。よかった。
Elle came by now and again to check on me, so that served as a much-needed break.
その素晴らしいと思いますわ、市松くんは。だってカバレロ様が選んだ方ですもの。認めざるを得ません。
Both mentally and physically. With that being said... Hey, I've been curious for a while now. Aren't you second years?
はい。そうですけど。
All of the girls surrounding me were second years. Why are you all Elle's underclassmen then? This club had a grade-based hierarchy, so the second years were all grouped together. Put another way, Elle had been practicing with the third years all day. Elle was our classmate, so she should obviously be a second year.
なんでも何も。オーロ、私はこの部では、というか正式な学年では3年生です。
Huh?
シルビア様が留学を決めたとき、日本語を覚えるために1学年留年しました。
Huh?
部活動は試合登録の関係で学年でなく年齢で区切られます。なので私は学園では2年ですが、ここでは3年生です。
Who knew the situation was so complicated? No, more importantly, she took a year off. Just so she could join Sylvie abroad? There were a bunch of questions I wanted to ask, but...
知らなかったの？彼氏のくせに？
Oh, that's right. She did mention something like that before. Yeah. I couldn't ask her to elaborate while they were around. No choice but to wait until practice was over.
失礼します。カバレロ様。ごきげんよう。あ、帰り道気をつけて。
Practice ended and we headed outside.
結局、最後まで付き合わせてしまいましたね。
Yeah, I figured I'd stick around. Elle seemed happy. Taking part in practice for a change seemed to have cheered her up. You really do love fencing, don't you, Elle?
そうですね。将来に必要なものは実戦格闘術なので、どちらかというと趣味の範囲に収まってしまいますが、フェンシングは好きです。単純にやっていて楽しいと思います。
She meekly nodded her head. She didn't hesitate to call it fun. I greatly appreciated that about her. You would want to find some level of enjoyment in whatever you were doing, whether you were devoted to it or not. You could wind up not being able to tell whether you were genuinely enjoying it after all. How far were you planning on going with it? Until you graduate from Noble Academy? Oh, what's fencing like in Sortilège?
そうですね。日本よりは流星です。ただ欧州圏ではあまりというところですね。フランス、イタリアの足元にも及びません。
You could be the #1 fencer in Sortilège if you devoted yourself to it.
まあ確かに本国ではなかなかに高い実力であろう自負はあります。
That's great. Maybe I should get your autograph while I still have the chance.
けれど続ける気はありません。
Huh? She gave that candid reply, as if it were the most obvious thing in the world.
私がフェンシングにスポーツに入れ込むのは日本にいる今だけです。国に帰ればシルビー様、シルビア王女の護衛として騎士院派筆頭としての職務に集中せねばなりません。趣味に興じているのは今だけです。
I see. It was easy for her to say. Elle was acting as though she had no regrets whatsoever. It was such a waste, in my opinion. Elle was incredibly talented, and she should continue working to hone her craft. There were many people in her position who couldn't accomplish such a feat.
今日も夕食を作りたいのですが、よろしいですか？
I should actually be asking if you're okay with it. Elle tagged along, and we headed straight to my dorm room.
世話になっているのです。せめてもの感謝の気持ちと思ってください。それに恋人らしいでしょ？
Yeah, it does.
今日はいい魚介類がいくつか入ったので、パエリアにでも。あ、
What? Elle looked like she'd screwed something up while in the middle of preparing our meal.
しまった。オーロを待たせていると思って急いできたからつい。
Did you forget to bring a piece of cooking equipment or something?
あ、いえ、材料は朝のうちに買い込んできました。そうではなく。
She planned on making me dinner ever since this morning? No, don't make me blush.
私、汗臭くないでしょうか？
What?
練習後にシャワーを浴びるのを忘れました。今日は混んでいたので、
Ah. As you might expect from a rich school like Noble Academy, each club had a luxurious setup with their own private showering suits instead of a generic shower room. There were 3 showers to each suit, which often led to overcrowding. Elle had been in a rush, worried she'd keep me waiting, and had skipped out on a shower entirely. She worked her butt off today at practice, so it would make sense that she would be incredibly sweaty. And then she went without a shower.
あまり見ないでください。
Sorry. A part of me wanted to tell her, don't worry, your sweater actually smells nice, but I wasn't a pervert, so I gave up on that idea. You're welcome to shower here.
よろしいのですか？
You can trust me not to peek. If you'd prefer, I could go hang out in the foyer.
いえ、そこまでせずとも。では、いただきます。ありがとう。
The towels are under the sink.
はい。あ、鍋見ておいてください。
The meal was at a safe point to step away for a moment, so Elle left the stew on a low heat and headed for the bathroom. Ahem! This was fine. Seriously, I could hear the shower, but I wasn't thinking about it at all. Nope. The sound of the running water was more than enough proof that a very naked Elle was only a few steps away from me. But it didn't mean a thing to me. I was calm. A naked Elle. Calm and collected. Calm and collected.
出ました。
Okay.
タオルお借りしましたがどうしましょう。洗って返した方が。
No, no, go ahead and leave it in the washing machine.
ありがとう。
She tossed it into my washing machine. I'd gotten hold of Elle's damp towel, the same one she'd used to wipe down from her shower. This very towel had crept across her wet, naked body. No, I needed to wash it with the rest of the dirty laundry and be done with it. Elle always kept her hair tied up, but that ordinarily pristine hair was now down and swaying to and fro. Huh, this is what she was like? Wow.
いい具合です。
She lifted the lid and examined the pot's contents, which had been left to simmer for the last 15 minutes. The scent of well-cooked seafood suddenly filled the room.
さてあとは。
Something wrong?
いえ、ちょっと髪が乾ききってなくて。でもパエリアがどうしましょう。
I brought her a new towel. She didn't seem like she could step away from cooking, so... Clench. Does this work?
お願いします。
I helped dry Elle's hair while she finished preparing our dinner. Man, I couldn't believe I was casually touching her like this. No, this much should be fine. We were a boyfriend and girlfriend. I gently combed my fingers through her long tresses and tried my best not to tug.
と、これであと5分蒸せば終わりです。
I see. Now that Elle's hands were free, I gingerly led her to my bed and continued to dry her hair. Maybe there wasn't any need for me to do this now that her hands were free. Oh well, should be fine. It wasn't as if I was doing anything bad. I wasn't, but we continued to maintain physical contact on my bed. Nothing more and nothing less.
ありがとう。
It didn't hurt?
いえ、とんでもない。オーロの手は気持ちいいです。暖かくて。
I see.